Hi everyone, this is Jacqueline from She Writes Studios, and welcome to a truly powerful author celebration. Today we're honoring a book that isn't just a collection of stories, it's a call to action, a movement, and a declaration that the next chapter for women everywhere has officially begun. Unleash Her. The next chapter begins brings together 22 bold and inspiring women who have chosen to write, reclaim their voices, and rewrite their narratives with unshakable courage. Through real life stories, empowering insights, and mindset shifting tools, this book gives women the permission to stop shrinking and start leading. On top of that, we have something extra special to celebrate today. And that's because Unleash Her has officially become an Amazon bestseller in the USA, Canada, and UK across multiple categories, including success ebooks, motivational self-help, and personal transformation. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Maybe we can go around the room here and can you each maybe introduce yourself and share what inspired you to be part of Unleasher?
I can start. So, hi, my name is Hanya. So, I'm one of the authors in the book. And what inspired me to write was I want to write about how can creativity help your daily life. Because with me, I'm a creative entrepreneur, right? So, these are my strategies and how I get better and better at what I do.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome. So I'll go next. My name is Erica Elliott, and I've been a counselor for the last 30 years. I'm a brain code strategist. This is I think, eighth anthology now. I'm so honored and grateful to be here. But my chapter is about me getting really sick and crashing my body after having COVID, and God just helping me find a new path. And as I was getting out and getting back into life, my daughter and I also started a business together, a marketing media company, while she was finishing her degree. And so it just kind of was that, like, if something's happening and whether it's health or divorce or, as life happens, things happen, then this is your time to say, what do I want to do now?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Erica. Carmen, maybe you'd like to share?
Sure. I am Carmen Mendel, and my chapter, Helmet of Salvation. I really was drawn to this because when I coached women in my gym, one of the things that I did is I really encouraged them to find their identity in Christ. And I would actually give them Bible verses, and I would encourage them to find their own Bible verse that they could stand upon and really relate to. And so that's why I was really drawn to this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hannah.
Hi everyone, it's so lovely to be with you here this evening. Uh, I'm Hannah and I'm a holistic healer and grief educator. And my chapter in this anthology is called Unleash Your Grief, Unleash Your Power. And it's about really owning your grief and understanding that through healing it, we can then truly start to move forward and find the gifts that are buried underneath it. And I'm really happy to have been a part of this, my fifth anthology with all you beautiful ladies.
Thank you. Gina.
Sure. Hi, my name is Gina Marisa, and my chapter is Midlife Without Crisis, From Comfort to Courage. And the reason I decided to participate in this anthology was because I've been through some major life changes just in the past 8 years. And I thought it was important to share that with other women so that they know that they can fully step into who they are, even in midlife. So I decided that this would be a good outlet for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Yeah, so I'm Tammy. Nice to be here. Nice to greet my fellow co authors. And my inspiration for participating in this exact anthology was to explore possibility and to explore possibility through change. Changing circumstances, changes in the environment. And while all of those situations can be challenging and a little bit scary, they can also be really exciting. So that was what motivated me to grab onto this particular project.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Sonia?
Hi, I'm Sonia McDonald, and I'm a board certified transformational life coach, and I've been a nurse for 30 years and an author and speaker. And I was really inspired to write my chapter, Unapologetic, Unleashed, and Unshakable. The whole purpose behind me writing that was living in fear for so long and feeling like you're in a cage and learning that you can break free from that. And there's just so much faith and healing, and just really inspiring people to know that they are made for more and that they don't have to live in that fear.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Now, I'd like to ask anybody, anyone can jump into this. When you heard the subtitle, often, the title is out there. We already know Unleash Her. But when you heard the subtitle, An Empowering Call to Action, how did that resonate with you? Where you are in your journey at that time? Yes, go for it, Tanya.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's because I want to unleash my expertise. So I just know I had to write this book.
Awesome. Thank you. And somebody else can answer this. Was there a moment in your life when you realized that it was time for me to rewrite my own narrative? What shifted for you?
I can take that one. Mine occurred during COVID when, we were on lockdown and I was working from home, and I had this realization that I had free time that I didn't have before. And the main reason for that is because I was driving an hour plus to work and an hour home. I was getting, my meals cooked by my boyfriend instead of having to heat them up in the microwave at work. And so I was getting this nice fresh meal, which was amazing. And then I was able to go out and walk after lunch, for a good 30 minutes and even finish up early because I just had all this extra time due to not driving. And I just got to thinking, wow, this is really amazing. And I've been in this house for 19 years. I've lived in Florida my entire life. I've been at my same job for 30 years. I don't want to go out like this. Something's got to change. And so that was kind of my catalyst.
Wonderful. That's amazing. I love that. And most, if not all, stories that you've written on your chapter, some are very personal. Can anyone share what was the hardest part of sharing your truth in this book, and what was the most freeing part?
I can go.
Yes, Erin.
I know I shared on the last discussion the very scary experience I had with the men that followed me from the gym into into the grocery store, followed around. But I'll go into a little more detail on that. And then I'll say, that I really agree with Sonia that we shouldn't be fearful. But what had happened is I had finished my workout, and that was a normal day. I was just going to grab some groceries on the way home from work. And I went over there, and as I was pulling through the checkout, there was a gentleman behind me that happened to teach self defense at the gym that I belonged to. And just as a side note, I was really excited about working out and everything. And I had just signed up for this lifetime membership with this gym. All I had to do is pay X amount of dollars per year, and I had a lifetime membership. So I'd invested some money into this too. So anyway, he's behind me, and he whispers to me that there's three men that have been following me around the grocery store. And literally, I had a split second to decide, okay, is he in on this, or can I trust this person? And that's kind of when I came to the conclusion that, well, his invitation sounded a lot more inviting than the fear of these, men. What were they going to do to me? I was alone. I had parked my Jag at the time. I owned a Jaguar, and I parked it, and we walked out to it together. And as we walked out to get into my car, I had him come, and first of all, he was going to just sit on the passenger side, but these guys were slunk down in their car. I remember exactly what they were wearing that night. They had orange vests on. They had blue jeans and the baseball caps, and they were up to something. And they were literally parked right across from my Jag, across from the median. And he said to me, this doesn't look good. I think I'm going to stay with you. And because he helped me load my groceries. And he said, do you mind if I get in the driver's side and just drive around to the end, the back area, and make sure that you're safe tonight? And I just think about that, and I think about how much God was protecting me. And at that time, I had not rededicated my life to Christ yet. This is prior to November 4th of '06. So I just look at that and I'm just like, yeah, I agree with Sonia too, though, that we can't be fearful. Things are going to happen, but we have to have trust in God. And that if we know that we trust God, then everything will be okay in the end.
That's right. That's wonderful. Thank
So
you so much for sharing that, Carmen. Um,
you're welcome.
how do you ladies hope your story will impact readers who may be standing at their own crossroads?
I'll go. I just think that it's a time for you to reflect on if you're going through something, no matter what it is, like really giving yourself permission to say, what would I want for my life
Mm,
to look like? And then start trying to research how to do that, or reach out to some groups, or you know, uh, find a mentor or a coach or a counselor to help you on that journey. You're never too old, you're never too stuck, you're never too broken. I don't care what area you are in your life, God has a purpose and a plan for you. And you can start in those little micro steps. And as you do, like life begins to unfold in ways that you go, wow, like this is better than what I ever thought it could be.
that's wonderful. I love that. Well, and maybe I can ask Sonia this. What do you have any practical tool or strategy that you can share or that you shared in your chapter that women can start using today?
Well, I have it in my book. In my chapter, I'm not sure as far as the tool, but I have one in my book coming out this week. It's pre-launching, Unshakable. So that'll be coming out next week. But really just the Ignite tool. It's a tool that I use, and it's really it's like for energy reset, and it's for women really just to kind of embrace, when they're in fear and different things, when we're in that moment of like, what do we do? Or we're feeling overwhelmed, we're feeling really stressed out. We're just going to inhale. We're just going to breathe in and just, breathe in the gratitude and kind of ground ourselves. And then we're going to name what we're feeling. We're going to get really honest with ourselves of what we're feeling. Like if we're feeling anxious, if we're afraid, depressed, whatever feeling, emotion we're having, we're going to really feel that. We're going to get honest with that. And then we're gonna name it, and then we're gonna sorry, I'm just talking fast. And then we're gonna really be touch with our heart, feel into that, and then we're gonna exhale out all the negativity and just really release all of that. And in that 60-second reset, it really kind of just really regrounds you, so to kind of get you back into I'm okay. And, just kind of putting you back into reality of like, this is just, temporary to get over the overwhelm. So it really, really can reset your thoughts and everything in that little bit of time from what we're feeling is so big, and really breathing into that, because we forget to breathe, and life is breath and we're given that breath. So we got to remember that we hold our breath when we're scared, we keep holding our breath, and we have to remember that we're given that breathing is such a gift. So don't forget to breathe when you're at the dentist or wherever you're at. I forgot to do that one time. I was at the dentist and he was like, you got to breathe. You're going to pass out. I don't like that. But, so I think it's just kind of remembering, to really be in that moment, and not to let that fear or anything take over us, like we can do with our kids or anything going on, and just to kind of put it back in perspective. It can really just, gratitude and everything like we always talk about, but that really, really puts everything back in perspective. So that's what
wonderful. That's a wonderful tip. And we are looking forward to reading it, all about it in your upcoming book. Now, let me go to Tammy. This book is more than personal, it's a collective call. How do you see your story empowering other women to rise?
I think we all pass through periods of time where we need a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of companionship. There is so much of that inside the chapters of this anthology. Our hearts and our stories are open for all who want to read, and we encourage and support each other, and then through putting all of these collective stories together, we can do that for greater masses. So we invite you to come and read and ask questions about yourself, ask questions of us, and together we're going to reach some of those deeper answers.
Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Hannah, how does it feel to be part of a movement like this with so many powerful voices coming together in one book?
I think it feels absolutely incredible, because one woman alone can touch so many people, but when we all join together and put all our voices together, the power behind that is just incredible, and we can literally change so many more lives. And together we're just so much stronger and able to really kind of not just write a book, but like you said, start a movement and actually really inspire people to step up and take courage and find kind of the wisdom in our words to work through the issues in their own lives.
That's wonderful. What do you think? In what ways can women support other women rewrite the rules and, claiming their space in this, age and time? Would like to jump into that. Maybe Gina can.
Yeah. Well, definitely, I would say reach out to other women. Like Hannah said, just when women come together, we can create something amazing and powerful, more than we know. Collaboration is really important. I just attended a 3-day event over the weekend, and somebody reached out on the Facebook page and said, hey, I see a bunch of us do X, and let's get together. And there's 34 of us now in this new group chat, which is a lot to read, by the way. But we're like, it just took one post, and like 34 people said yes. 34 women said yes, I want to do this, I want to support other women. And I think there's more of this happening, and I think we need to continue it. I think it's amazing.
That's wonderful, and then that's true. One woman alone can do a lot. How much more if we all come together and support each other? It will really, really be a powerful movement. Now, to wrap things up, do you have any last messages for the people that are listening right now, for the readers that will be reading your book? Yes.
I've got a tool to share. This is something that I developed when I was coaching my clients for Mendel Fitness. and it's called MFC, Getting Rid of Insecurities, Negative Thoughts, and Negative Beliefs. And 1, you learn to shift your negative thought out. 2, you push that negative thought out. 3, you question that belief. 4, you create a negative association with that old belief. And 5, you create a positive situation with that new belief. And what you're doing is essentially then you're getting rid of those false messages that, women tend to believe about themselves. So I would encourage women to use this. I have used this for coaching prior, and it does work. I've used it myself when I've had a negative thought. I've actually used the same system myself, and it does work. So just a little tool that might be helpful.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that tool, Carmen.
Yep, you're welcome.
Anybody else would like to have a last message to our audience today?
Yes, I'll share some final thoughts. 2 words, simply put, you deserve. You deserve to overcome fear that can sometimes stand in our way. You deserve to trust in higher power. You deserve. So open the chapter, open your own chapter, and come share your future story with us.
Yeah. I love that, Tammy.
And I'll
It's
go.
beautiful.
That's really good. I was just going to leave a question for everybody to ask themselves: Are you truly living, or are you just existing? And really, when you think about that, really look at how you're living your life, because we're all given the same amount of, we don't know how much time we have, but we're all given time, and we have to what are we doing with that? So,
Yeah.
Something to think about.
I was
Yes,
thinking something similar on that is ask yourself, what would joy look like in my life? And are you living that out? And if you're stuck somewhere, Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" Like, so many times we think if something's not working out, then we've lost, instead of going, wait, maybe it's just I need to go down another path. And maybe that path is more magnificent, beautiful, magical, abundant, blessed than the path that you were on before.
And my final word is to just encourage you to purchase this book. If you don't know where to begin and you're looking for inspiration, this book is going to give you a ton of inspiration from all of the amazing authors here.
Yeah, and I would just say that whatever you're going through, just know that you're not alone, and there's somebody else out there who's walking that path, whether you realize it or not, so just reach out, make those connections, and just keep the faith.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for a powerful conversation. Thank you to each and every one of you who showed up boldly to share their story, and to everyone who joined us to celebrate this incredible release. Unleash Her, the next chapter begins. It's more than a book. It's a mirror, a roadmap, and a rallying cry. Whether you're facing a new season, shedding old beliefs, or stepping into your new purpose for the first time, this book is here to walk beside you. The ebook and the paperback are now available on Amazon. Go ahead and grab your copy. Gift one to a friend. Read it with your club. Read it alongside your family, and let the next chapter begin, because the world is waiting for what only you can bring. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Bye, everyone.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.